Hello friends. So today we will discuss on Terraform. So ISE is most powerful tool nowadays. So uh, I am starting with Terraform. So age and introduction for the Terraform. If we go https registry.terraform.io, then if you go to browse providers, there are multiple providers: AWS, Azure, GCP, Kubernetes, Alibaba. So you can see here most of the cloud platform are having ISE tool as a Terraform to deploy the resources. Let's go to Azure. You can see here Azure RM is official, means Azure RM is the provider for the Terraform. And you can see here it is the current version, it is 3.33.0, and it is published 4 days ago. To learn Terraform, I will recommend you to go to the documentation and study all the documentation part. So, for example, if you go to the documentation, there are a lot of things you can understand and you can learn. So, initially, I will start with the uh, if I wants to go to login in Azure, because you can understand I can write a code, but how to execute the code? We need to authenticate that I am authorized to deploy the resource to Azure. So how we can authorize or authenticate ourselves? There are five methods: authenticating to Azure using Azure CLI, authentication to Azure using managed service identity, using service principal, and using service principal and a client secret and client certificate, and OpenID Connect. If you click on each of the method, then you will see how we can declare our code for this. Like here, you can see we can means version control is like that version may be used like this, and we can deploy it. So it is the subscription ID we can mention here. Okay, I will let you know using the Visual Studio Code so that it can be properly understood to you. So you can see here we can mention like that: service principal ID, role definition ID, scope. So I will recommend you go to this page and just study out how to log in or how to authenticate yourself so that you can deploy the resources. So if I go to means Visual Studio Code, you should download Visual Studio Code so that we can do the programming. And you need to go to extension and download the extension regarding this, that is the Terraform. You can see here HashiCorp Terraform, you need to install it. And uh, in Azure CLI, you also need to deploy the Azure CLI. So for example, I am in PowerShell. Okay, let me go to day one. Okay, first of all, I need to log in Azure. How to log in? Azure login. It will pop up the page. I need to put my login credential and I am authorized. So you can see here it will take some time. Meanwhile, we go to our code. So yeah, you can see here. Here is my subscription, practice and pay. Okay, so you need to log in first. If you have multiple subscription, you need to set your subscription in which you want to deploy. Right. So first of all, if I want to create any of the code, for example, I want to create main.tf. Okay. So in main.tf, I need to provide the provider information. So from where you get the provider information? Use provider. You need to copy and paste there. Okay, so I have done the same thing here in the ag hyphen rg. You can see here Terraform. This is the required version. Okay, this is the required provider, and this is the provider Azure RM. Okay, so right. So for example, I am deleting it so that I can let you know how to create this one. Okay, let me delete this file as well. Okay, so you need to press control space, one moment, control space. It will provide you all the blocks which are required. So I need to define resource block. For example, here I need to deploy the resource group. So what is the provider name? Azure RM. Azure RM resource group, then tab name, for example new RG, and here again control space, the name is I'm mentioning like RG test PD dash US East. I am doing any US East, so East US, and the location control space, and it will provide the location, and you need to mention the location East US. Okay, so I am saving it. So here it is the resource block. If you put your mouse tab here, then you can see it is the resource block. Resource block declares a resource of a given type with a given local name. Okay, here it is the resource type, right? It is the reference name. Okay, so you can understand like this. Now if I am going to format this, I will execute terraform fmt command. Okay, so it formatted. Now there are commands like terraform init, terraform validate, terraform plan, and terraform apply, and terraform destroy. So first of all, we need to understand terraform init. If I give terraform init, it will install HashiCorp Azure RM version 3.13. You can see here I am mentioning version greater than equals to 2.0. So it is installing version 3.33, which is the latest one. How we can compare it, confirm it? We can confirm it from Azure RM. It is showing version 3.330. So where it is coming from? It is calling from registry.terraform.io slash HashiCorp slash Azure RM. You can see here source is HashiCorp forward slash Azure RM. So here it will install the provider information. So you can see once I executed a Terraform init, it will create .terraform and .terraform.log.hcl. So let's see what inside the .terraform. Providers, cd providers, yes, cd registry, ls, cd HashiCorp. You can see here it is going to HashiCorp. then Azure RM. You can see version 3.3. Okay, ls Windows ls. You can see here Terraform provider Azure RM version 3.33.0 x5.exe. So it is the installer which is installed whenever we execute the Terraform init command. Okay, so today it's for Terraform init. We will get back to you. We will see you again next video. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.